Welcome back to week 8 of the Prop Shop. I'm your host, Bobby Stanley, also known as PropHolliday on social media. Rocking with the GoldBoys, giving my picks for tonight's primetime game between the Dallas Cowboys and the San Francisco 49ers. But first, let's recap the 1 p.m. games. It was the week of the tight end, for those who did not know. 2 touchdowns for Kyle Pitts, 2 touchdowns for Cade Otton, Tucker Kraft, David Njoku, Sam Laporta, Tyler Conklin, Mark Andrews, Evan Ingram, and Brock Wright all find the end zone. So if you had any type of tight end parlay today, you probably cashed something in some fashion. But let's run through the 1 p.m. slate. Browns upset the Ravens in Jameis Winston's first start. Always take the home divisional underdog whenever you can. Take the points. If it's a home divisional underdog, don't even think about it. Just take it. I'm not sure the hit rate. I think it's like 58, 60%, something in that range. Browns get it done against the Ravens. Lions smoke the Titans. No use going into more detail on that. The Jets are officially in what the fuck did we do mode. They lose to a Drake May-less Patriots team. Jacoby Brissett gets the win, and every Jets fan is shitting their pants, and they're wondering, what did we do? We pushed all in, and this is what we got. I think they are 2-6. It's ugly if you're in Jetland. The Philadelphia Eagles beat the Bengals as road underdogs, 2.5-point underdogs, and the Eagles smoked the Bengals. 3-touchdown performance from Jalen Hurts. Sorry for anyone who had Saquon on their touchdown parlay. Arizona beats Miami into his return. 2 touchdowns from Raheem Mostert, 1 from A-Chain, if you got that one in. No, we didn't get a Tyreek Hill touchdown. Everybody wanted that. That's all I got for NFL right now. NBA is back. Couple observations from NBA on my side. The Lakers are 3-0 and very much looking like a playoff team. Anthony Davis, if the season ended today, 3 games in, might be your MVP depending on who you talk to. LeBron coming off a triple-double last night and a big fourth quarter against the Kings. JJ Redick is making this team look good with the same pieces that they had last season. He's got Max Christie playing significant minutes, Jackson Hayes playing significant minutes, Gabe Vincent and Dalton Connect. And he's getting a lot out of his starters. D'Angelo Russell isn't doing D'Angelo Russell things. It's awesome. If you're a Lakers fan, I'm a LeBron fan. I'm rooting for this to work. And I'm excited for JJ Redick. So let's see if this is really a trend or this is just getting out of the season hot. But the Lakers look like a cohesive playoff unit. Love watching that. I said this earlier, I think in the week. I'm not trying to bounce around and watch a little bit of every team. I'd rather watch 1 or 2 games every night, and at least I could say something about the team. Last night, I watched the Rockets and the Spurs pretty heavily. Stephon Castle, hot take. I think he'll end up being a starter over Julian Champagnie at some point in the season. Played very well in his minutes. He is like a 6th or 7th man off the bench. Keldon Johnson, I guess, is that 6th man in that scoring role. Love seeing him in this unit. And Jeremy Sochan looked awesome last night. He was getting some Şengün minutes as far as defensively. Şengün was a non-factor in that game. Shout out to the prop shop. If you tailed with us, we needed Şengün's under. It was a no sweat. I think he finished with 6 points. The Rockets were down most of that game, came surging back with a small ball lineup of Van Vliet, Jalen Green, Dylan Brooks, Cam Whitmore, and Jabari Smith. It feels like Şengün could be expendable at some point, and you can get a good haul for him. So keep an eye on Şengün at the trade deadline. The fact that they closed without him and made a run in this really says something. But watch a decent amount of Rockets Spurs. It was a really good game. Anytime you can watch Victor Wembanyama, he's making leaps and bounds. It is very much entertaining. But let's talk about tonight's matchup. We got the Dallas Cowboys and the San Francisco 49ers. Dallas is coming out of their bye week, and the stat is 12-5 for Mike McCarthy. Mike McCarthy, 12-5 straight up, coming out of the bye as a head coach. Feels like a matchup kind of out of the 90s. It was originally at -3.5. It is now at 5.5 at kickoff. The 49ers are giving 5.5. Debo is playing. Greg Kittle is playing. Brandon Ayuk obviously is not. I think Kyle Shanahan has his work cut out for him. Bouncing back, he's seen my LA Rams surging. They're obviously, I would say, peaking. This is the best they've looked all season. Arizona Cardinals pick up a win today. Seattle looks like they're struggling right now. I got the game up to my left, but it's a 7-3 game. The NFC West is at least competent or getting better, whereas San Fran is taking a step back. So curious how Shanahan gets this team going out of the break. Maybe we get McCaffrey after week 8. I'm not sure if we have anything confirmed yet. Total tonight, sitting at 47.5. Juice is to the under, but 47.5 is still a damn good line for a primetime game. We love that on our player props. Juwan Jennings, not sure. I got him. I was looking at the injury report earlier in the day. I don't have a confirm on him if he's playing, but we do have Kittle and Debo. The Cowboys coming off the bye. Still no Micah Parsons on the defensive side of the ball. Dalvin Cook, we're going to talk about at some point in this podcast, but he is making his debut as a Dallas Cowboy. So as far as the game tonight, I refuse to believe that the San Francisco 49ers are just going to roll over and play dead. I know that they have this type of slump. They have this post-Super Bowl slump, but they didn't even win the Super Bowl. I don't think they'll be down for that long. Kyle Shanahan is too good of a coach. They still have Brock Purdy at the helm. They still have Debo and Kittle. I would lay the 5. I just don't trust Dallas. But let's go into my plays. I have 2 plays for tonight. It's a little of an unorthodox pod because my plays are 2 unders. We have the touchdown liquor cabinet. We'll get our odds there. But I have 2 unders for tonight, and I'm starting with Brock Purdy. Under 31.5 pass attempts. It's minus 120. I got 1 unit on this. Kittle and Debo are playing. Ricky Pearsall should make his debut tonight, the rookie wide receiver, who they used their first-round pick on, and he got shot in the offseason. But there is no Ayuk. I think Kyle Shanahan is going to focus on the ground game tonight. So that's Jordan Mason, and it's Jordan Mason and maybe a little bit of Kyle Juszczyk. When you consider the opponent, the Dallas Cowboys, they are ranked 30th in opponent rush attempts per game, 28th in opponent rushing yards per game, 32nd in rushing first downs per game, and they rank dead last. If you follow PFF, I don't trust it for everything, but they are dead last in rush defense according to PFF. So if you needed a game where you needed to get on track in the run game, this is it for San Francisco. They got a fantastic matchup, but they are coming out of the bye. Whether that matters, we'll find out later tonight. I was expecting this number to be at 29.5, 30.5 for Purdy on the pass attempts. That's his median. I trust median more than I trust average. If you follow me long enough, you know why. For Purdy, I think the game will dictate how this line plays out. In all 3 of his wins, he goes under. In 3 of his 4 losses, he goes over. He becomes this type of gunslinger. So the fact that the line went from 3.5 to 5.5 says where the money's going on this game with the San Francisco 49ers. I like Purdy under 31.5 pass attempts in the primetime game. So I think Shanahan's going to try to run the ball down Mike McCarthy's throat. We will see how this Cowboys team looks coming out of the bye. But play number 1 is Brock Purdy under 31.5 pass attempts for 1 unit. Have you thought about trying FanDuel? If you're thinking about trying FanDuel, I have a great offer for you. If you bet $5 and if your pick hits, you will get 150 bonus bets, $150 in bonus bets. Do not miss out. Check out the link in the description and make your first bet count. Remember, you must be 21 plus to participate. Gambling problem? Call or text 1-800-GAMBLER. For those who are not aware of what FanDuel is. Let's go to my other play of the game, and it is a under. I'm so sorry. Jazz with the Mason rushing yards ladder. I don't hate that tonight. I do think it's fun to pick on the rush attempts against any Dallas Cowboys defense. I expect so many rushing yards tonight against this horrid Dallas defense. Yeah, I mean, it really is. We're picking on them so much. Is it going the other direction? I don't know, but I'm going to keep riding the trend until it bucks me. Let's talk about an under on the Dallas side. Rico Dowdle, under 10.5 rush attempts, minus 115. This is chalked on Bet365. It's like minus 130. I'm guarding with minus 115 over on FanDuel. I apologize for the 2 unders. Dalvin Cook is active, and he's getting a lot of hype in camp over the last few weeks. He's shown up healthy. He showed up in shape. He needed to learn the playbook. He needed to get in game shape. Dalvin Cook makes his debut as a Dallas Cowboy. Dowdle has only hit this number in 2 of 6 games this season. Both of those games, one against the Giants, one against the Steelers, very low scoring affairs. We have a total sitting at 47.5. So doesn't really fit the trend for what his overs were. The rest, 4 of the other 6 went under. If you look at what the workload is for Zeke, he's been between 4 and 6 carries. That's still something. And if you have the pass rush of the San Francisco 49ers, I think that represents Dak possibly tucking it and running it. Maybe he gets 3, 4, 5 rush attempts tonight. If they get something going in the rushing game, I don't expect it all come from Rico Dowdle. So you got Zeke with 3 or 4 carries. You got Dalvin Cook. We don't know what his workload is going to look like. If he comes out hot, if he's churning out big yards, do not expect this Dallas Cowboys offense to go back to Rico Dowdle. So I'm going under 10.5 rush attempts on Dowdle. And also, if you just look at the other side of the ball, San Francisco 49ers, if they are churning out those rush attempts, their running ball, they're eating up the clock. So Dow's going to have to make the most of their offensive possessions, and that's usually going to be passing the ball if they're playing from behind. So Dowdle under 10.5 rush attempts, and Brock Purdy under 31.5 pass attempts. Probably should play the under on 47.5 if that's what you think I'm getting to, but play the under on 47.5 tonight Thursday Night Football. Before I go into my touchdown liquor cabinet, let's hear from my buddy Brad.
Wait, before we get back to the picks, I wanted to thank you all for watching. Friends don't let friends watch videos without hitting the like button. So go ahead and press the thumbs up button and like the video. If you're new here and not subscribed, you should go ahead and do so because we're dropping new content each and every day on the GoldBoys Network. We strive to cover every sport and give out picks and analysis and valuable information for free on the GoldBoys Network. So make sure you're subscribed and hit the bell so you can get notified when we drop something new. I'm Brad Thomas. Let's get back to the picks.
And we are back for the best part of the whole show, what everybody tunes in for. It's the touchdown liquor cabinet. I go my top shelf, my mid shelf, and well vodka. And we actually have a decent spread tonight in terms of what we have to choose from. Thursday Night Football is a little bit like, didn't know really where to go, even as a Rams fan. But tonight, I feel pretty confident in my touchdown liquor cabinet, right off the top shelf. CeeDee Lamb plus 125. Everyone's going to be all over Jordan Mason. It's minus 150. It's because Dallas rush defense sucks. I'm not going to give you minus 150. If you want to add to a same game parlay, I wouldn't knock you there. But to lay 50 cents to win back $1, not something I feel confident enough to give out. Obviously, injuries happen, especially to the running back position. CeeDee Lamb plus 125. Now, he only has 2 receiving touchdowns on the season, but he's coming off 3 targets inside the 20 against the Detroit Lions. We need him more active. He's a big splash play tonight. And the back end of that San Francisco defense, since Hufanga's been injured, hasn't looked great. So if Dallas is going to make a run at this tonight, CeeDee Lamb's going to have to be involved. So I'm riding with CeeDee Lamb. I'm getting plus 125 on this. That's my 1 unit play as far as a touchdown score is concerned. So I got Lamb, $40. I'm taking that straight up for 1 unit. Let's go down to the mid shelf. Most people, when they think mid shelf, it's, you're going that plus 200, plus 300 range. Not necessarily. When I do mid shelf, I'm thinking, what would I spend half price on? What would I put half a unit on? And Deebo Samuel at plus 137 is who I would put half a unit on. I got Samuel plus 137 on Bet365. I think it's plus 130 over on FanDuel. Both are good odds. He's playing in the game tonight. There's no Brandon Ayuk. They desperately need a win to keep up in this NFC West. I think he's going to be involved in the run game inside the 5-10 yard line, and I think he's going to be involved in the passing game. I know he has an injury. The fact that he's playing, the fact that they need this, and they're at home, give me Deebo for half a unit at plus 137. And then Vodka, we mentioned his name a couple times in the pod. Dalvin Cook, plus 550. If he can take this Dallas running game and make it his own, people forget how young he is. Dalvin Cook's, I think, 28, 29 years old. He's 2 years removed from being one of the top backs in the league. It didn't work out for him. We've seen that happen with running backs where you can just plug and play a 3rd or 4th rounder. But Dalvin Cook, in a contract year, gets let go. He finds himself in Dallas. At plus 550, he can take the reins of this Dallas offense and run with it. No one's going to stop him. So give me Cook at plus 550. I put a quarter of a unit on him. Take that. So $10 to win 65. That's my touchdown liquor cabinet. Dalvin Cook at plus 550. Deebo Samuel for half a unit. CeeDee Lamb for a full unit at plus 125. And I'm sorry I have unders for you. I have unders for you in a 47.5 total. Rico Dowdle under 10.5 rush attempts. Brock Purdy under 31.5 pass attempts. And if you're playing NBA, if you can get Shai Gilgeous-Alexander, I think it tips off at 7. I gave this out in the Discord. Shai Gilgeous-Alexander over 28.5 points. I got it at minus 125. I still like it at 29.5. He might be your king of the court play if you're feeling frisky. I know everybody's been playing that on DraftKings. It's an awesome promo. Shows you how much money that book's making that they can give out $1 million every night and still be profitable. Lock in Shai Gilgeous-Alexander over 28.5, over 29.5 points. That's all I got for you guys tonight. We are going to come back for the awesome Giants and Steelers on Monday Night Football tomorrow night, but I'm going to have a decent slate, full touchdown liquor cabinet, and I will see you then, 5:30 Eastern time tomorrow for Monday Night Football. Thank you so much, and take care.